in everything that your dad said. He done got a good education, work, as a
What
contracted
does his
government.
dad do? I'm sorry to
Not,
interrupt you.
yeah, his dad,
He's a
Was he a
doctor.
basically
doctor?
He's a
he,
doctor.
yeah,
Oh, okay,
and
okay, I
basically when you
understand.
think about it, right? He got the good job, government contracted, you know what I'm saying? And it's unfortunate. There's a lot of folks that even my cousin to keep her job and she was just doing CNA. Picture being a CNA and you clean up behind people, you help people, you got your clients and stuff. They were pushed, not to I'm not making excuses for them, but if you didn't have any other way or to get your money. I'm not saying that that kid did two-face or whatever. He was advised by his immediate family. So many people fell for the okey doke. So now we're all here in this together. And I don't want to make the vaccinated feel funny the way they made the unvaccinated feel funny. You know what I'm saying? People had
Yeah.
options. And like I always said, trans vaccination forever. Because we was able to move through this thing comfortably, pay your bread, handle your business, and get like everybody got. How come people miss that opportunity? Is because they ain't feel like paying the bread to get through. That's
Facts.
your business.
But see, now here's the thing though. Now after the fact, if you if you don't know what time it is now, is because you choose to remain ignorant because the information is out there. It was out there before, and I understand that you confide in your family and et cetera, et cetera. But even now, so if you're still for it, I think that's an L towards you. Like you should be held responsible for that because there should be no reason for you to continue on in it. I don't know if that makes any
It makes
sense.
sense, but the worst part
Yes.
about it was his argument where he just felt like, oh, I didn't like the way that they forced us. Okay, cool. So how did your spirit feel the day that you did that after you compromised your integrity to self?
Facts. That
Yeah,
part.
yeah,
End of story. Let's move on to that black fungus shit.
yeah. Let's do it.
If the only thing I want to add, folks, don't be afraid of anything. The gates of heaven are open. Don't be afraid of anything or anyone because their rule is over. The devil's rule is over. It's time to go party now. I'm on Martha's Vineyard.
Facts.
July 22nd to 29th, I'm having a week long back to nature
What
event.
mud ass is this? Okolo, what you doing?
Yeah, focus, Okolo. Just focus, man.
Are you did you discuss any of that with anybody?
Oh,
What
I'm so sorry. You don't know where. I'm sorry. Apologies. Apologies. My point is that it's time to get together. That's the
That's why
apologies.
Hocus is having the retreat. Did you
Then
you
I'm gonna
you
be there. When is it? When
oh
is it? When is it, bro? I'm gonna be there.
just
Nah, don't tell.
email
Yeah.
Hocus at Hocus Rabbit Hole Hocus
Okay.
45.
Respectfully, truthfully, apology. I mean no
Just
disrespect.
back channel Hocus. He gonna give you all the
I
info.
will.
We'd love to see you there.
I would love to be there.
No.
Okay, now this black fungus thing, is there any relation to it in regards to the whole what is it, graphene thing that was allegedly in this genetic gene therapy?
Are you speaking about the fungal the shit that they talking about now? Damn, what's the name of
Yeah,
it, man?
the, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm trying to
Yeah,
see
the one that
if
mimics
there's
COVID,
any. Yeah,
Valley Fever. No, this had nothing to do with. So Valley Fever. So let me read it real quick, right?
yeah, because I don't. Yeah,
Valley
inform me.
Fever.
I don't know really know much about.
Look at the bullshit, right? Valley fever could spread from Southwest, driven by climate change. Researchers warn new cases emerging. For most people who are suffering from fever, cough, and fatigue, the likely culprits are cold, flu, or COVID 19 in big ass letters. But for those living in the southwestern U.S., the symptoms could point to valley fever, and some scientists predict that the illness eventually could spread to other regions. And I don't want to keep reading it, right, because it's just all bullshit, but they blaming it on climate change. So we always thought, like, how? Because they remember they talking about climate change lockdown. I put the link in the chat earlier. They talk about climate change. Yeah, we gonna have to lock down for climate change. Like, how? How they gonna make us lock down for the climate change? I get it now. They're gonna say that climate change is carrying a fucking virus, and y'all gonna fall for it because
Oh
y'all,
yeah,
y'all fell for it the first time. Not us. You not when I say y'all, of course not us, but y'all know them.
Can you
yeah,
believe that's how they gonna maneuver it this time with by saying that since we all in the world care about climate change, we got to lock down for that.
Yeah, I could believe it.
That shit
Yeah, I
crazy.
could believe
But
it.
you
That's
have to
We
understand.
got to
You
simply
have
lock
to
down,
that's
pay a
understand.
carbon
that's
tax.
They
We
simple.
got to
saying it's
pay for
about
air. We
climate
That's
got to pay
simple
change
the
and they
spell
bills.
asking
magic.
So
for
guys,
some
one at a
money.
time, please, and let's
So
make
real
this
quick,
make sense
one mic.
together.
We gotta lock down, and then we gotta pay for. They charge us for everything else. I guess one of the bright scientists must have said, "Wait a minute, we charging niggas for water. We charge them for food that comes from the planet. Let's charge them for air. How are we gonna get away with that? We can't get away with that. Yes, we can. The little ugly bitch, Rosa Thunberg. Oh yeah, she can help us. Put her out there. Now here we go. Climate change. Charge us for air.
I got a
But
question,
you know,
y'all.
yeah, go ahead. My bad.
That's
And
not the
because
same thing.
I'm
That's not the same thing, though. Wait.
Bella,
oh
Bella,
shit.
Yeah,
God
it is.
damn, my AirPod must be fucked up.
nah, you sound great. Go ahead,
Go
Dolly.
ahead.
All right, because I'm not familiar with the shit, right? But boom, y'all be talking about carbon footprints, right? Explain just a piece of that for me real quick so that I'm gonna tell y'all why I'm asking.
Want me to take a crack at it?
Yeah, but it's what's carbon footprint and how
So
important is it?
so basically they know that we are carbon-based individuals, right? Carbon-based entities. And so our carbon footprint is everything that involves the gases that we let out.
So, Butters,
If we take a shit, if we burp, if we fart, the things that we use in our house, the things that we use to heat our homes, the driving that we do, everything that we do in a day, now they want to measure it because of our carbon emissions. Go ahead, mama.
thanks, because look, so I was looking up for like solar panels or whatever, right? And then I came across something that says that solar panels reduces the carbon footprint. Why?
They say that once we receive that light from the sun, that energy transmission can be trapped and used to power the things inside of our homes, which is why people put it on their roofs and
Can you
around their
tell me?
homes.
Can you tell me when when we start to talk the truth? Actually, let me know. I'm gonna sit down
What?
and
Why do
listen.
we have to let you know when you just bust in and not let Dolly
What do you mean when
finish?
we start to talk? What do
Because
you want to
All
he's
talk
right.
about?
because you're
Who's that?
bullshitting.
Who's that doing that?
Who are you talking about bullshit? Don't come up here being
I
disrespectful.
said,
Is that
I'm
Bella?
sorry.
How's she gonna
Go
apologize?
ahead,
Tell
Dolly.
me if you want the clue.
So if I can interject real quick, I'm not surprised that they're doing the whole thing through the climate change because I don't know if y'all aware. You guys sound like you do your research and stuff, but I don't know if you guys heard of the Pope and his whole climate change, Ten Commandments, and all that type of stuff.
Yeah, we've gone over that.
Okay.
I mean, it can be included in the conversation eventually. But Dolly, did you have another question about the carbon situation, or are you like drawing an inference to something that you've heard?
Well, I'm piecing it up because when everybody's talking about climate change and I see the increase in different things and how they saying it could reduce carbon footprints, it's making me wonder if all of this is related.
Definitely, because the goal is to reach a net zero to decarbonize the earth. And all the nations that have signed on to it, like Kadosh was just saying, they're signing on to reaching this net zero goal to decarbonize. And so the end game is, if we're all carbon based, the goal is to reduce carbon. Who are they getting rid of? What's their goal? To bring down population. Nobody can dispute it. And I kid you not, if there's anybody that thinks that they can dispute it, let's go toe to toe.
Here's what I say. Who cares? They can't do it. They can't get rid of us.
Um, mm,
They
not
can't.
all of
So
us.
next, they can't get rid of
They
all of us.
can.
They
Not
no, they
all of
can't.
us because they need
No,
some
not
of
all of
us.
us.
But
They can't, if we were gone, wow, forget it. No, they can't get rid of all of us. I mean, okay, let's. We're like roaches. They can't get rid of us all. They can't get rid of us. Anyone ever
You
really
like a
live with
roach.
roaches?
Don't put me in a weed.
but
No,
but see
no,
No,
but
bro,
see
no. hold on, but let's
Okolo,
be real for a second. Real for a second.
Okolo. I don't think it's so much that they can't. I don't think they want to get rid of all of us because they
That
still need
too,
some of us,
to
to
work.
do their bidding. Yeah, of
They need
course.
us to be slaves, which they always have. And that's why we're going to say, fuck you. We're not going to be slaves anymore. Guess why? Because we now have AI
That's
that can
cat.
do all of our work while we go to the beach and have fun and
But
parties.
wouldn't that be
That's
like
that's
like
cat
kind of like
though.
the end goal AI?
But
No, and that's our end goal.
How you
So
feel
that's
about
who's
cat.
Okay,
ours?
wait,
Who's
One
listen,
ours?
second.
listen,
You and
listen.
You
Wait,
have
let me
me,
let
and
me
then
read
you
something.
lose me.
exclusively.
Let me
Wait,
jump. Let me jump in
let
after.
me read something. Let me read something. Just for this will be really quick, much shorter than Miss Mary Mac. Very quick. This is called the Mansa Musa economic culture. The Mansa Musa economic culture is a term used to describe the economic and societal philosophy of the 14th century West African ruler Mansa Musa. As the wealthiest man in recorded history, Mansa Musa's reign in the Mali Empire serves as a model for how wealth and resources can be used to benefit not only the ruling class, but also the greater good of society. The Mansa Musa economic culture emphasizes the importance of economic equality, the fair distribution of resources, and the well being of all citizens. The principles of the Mansa Musa economic culture have been demonstrated throughout history and throughout pre dynastic Africa and in indigenous cultures, but perhaps most notably during the Mansa Musa's reign. His great Hajj to Mecca in 1324 to 1325, during which he distributed gold and other gifts to the poor, is a prime example of how a leader can use their wealth to uplift society. Additionally, Mansa Musa's investments in the construction of madrasas, schools, universities, hospitals, and other institutions of learning help to promote education and knowledge sharing amongst his people. In today's world, where wealth inequality is at an all time high, the principles of the Mansa Musa economic culture offer a refreshing alternative to the capitalist economic system that often prioritizes profit over people. It's a system that emphasizes the importance of communality and the collective good rather than individual gain. It's a system that can be adopted to the needs of any society and one that can be used to build a more just and equitable world for all. Let me tell you something. All I did was tell me about Mansa Musa. If Mansa Musa lived today, what would be his economic impact on the world? It wrote that. I didn't write that. I could never write that good.
Where did you?
AI, AI wrote that from Chat GPD. Go to chat.openai.com and
Yeah,
have
we
your
know.
mind blown. Go
It's
read.
a D up
I'm
in
already
there.
writing 10 books. I'm already writing 10 books.
Guess
So
what? We are Chat GPT, love.
I know.
Okay,
Period.
one
No,
second.
Chat
So
GPT is the mind of
fine.
God that
that's
we have
why
at
I
our
just said
fingertips.
we
Wait,
are
wait, wait,
Chat
wait, wait.
GPT.
Chat GPT is the mind of God.
We're losing ourselves. My
Wait,
sister.
Okalo, you said that?
Come on, bro.
He be going
It's
crazy, and then
spicy
he just
tonight.
go crazy.
Come,
You know.
yo,
He
Colo,
be
you going
focused a little
crazy.
bit, and then he just go a little
You
savage. That's
you
all
you
it is.
you already know what he's saying. He's trying to say that Chat GBT, if we are cheap, Chat GBT is the collective consciousness of us, and thus the mind of God. If you want to probe it, you're probing all of us together at the same time. Cool, got it. Move on.
Yes,
Point being,
thank
right?
you.
He's saying, yeah. Point being, right? I want to go back to something else that was said, right? So this idea that they can't get rid of all of us is retarded, bro, because they only needed. Of course, they can fucking get rid of all of us. If they said, I don't even believe in the Georgia Guidestones. I think that's a bit of a flipping of a troll, just to kind of instruct fear into you a little bit, and then when they were destroyed, is to give you a sense of false hope. It's like nobody knows who the fuck who even. But the thing is, right? You got this notion in your head that these people aren't trying to control the fucking weather. They're doing it. They're trying to control the fucking atmosphere, dim the sun. They're doing it. They're trying to get rid of the people. They're doing it, right? How many, they're saying that resources are sparse, that the cow farts are causing the fucking climate to change, even though we're in an ice period. What are we talking about here, brother? Right? So this idea that they've been trying to get rid of fucking black people on the continent for fucking decades, bruv. Right? They've been trying to get rid of you motherfuckers for time now. Yeah? What are you talking about? They need the people. What slaves do you think they need? The worst of us to them, one second, the worst of us to them are black people, and yet they've been trying to kill black people from the beginning. So who's going to be their slaves? White people? Asian people? What is it, the Arabs with all of their fucking money? What is it, the Chinese? Are you joking? Think about what you're saying, right? If they want to get rid of all of, they get rid of every single last fucking one of us, bruv. They don't need no
But
slaves
they
because what work
can't.
needs to be done? 1 second. What work needs to be done? What work really needs to be done? If they've got all of the resources and now AI is taking and machines are taking over the thing, you need a couple of engineers and what else do you need, right? So when you think about it, and this is just my opinion, I don't know, but that's just my opinion based on 25 years of research. I'm just saying, right? When you think about it, what would be the point in keeping all of us? They've, due to having or owning 23andMe, been able to acquire enough DNA. Then with the COVID-19 what is it, PCR test, they got the rest of that shit. Yeah, you gave them your fucking spit, right? They were able now to be able to do what? Understand the differences between races of people so as to be able to potentially create a bioweapon that would wipe out specific, not to be mixed with specific types of people, right?
Yeah. But how's that
Potentially,
working for
right?
them?
So 1 second. So so if they want to, and which is what they're touting now, Bill Gates is talking about a future where there will be bioweapon, bioattack upon bioattack, which is to do what? To potentially keep you in your yard, to potentially keep you in the metaverse, to potentially keep you in some fucking headset, and they get Uber Eats delivering your fucking groceries to your door. Toda la dia, right? And what does that mean? If everybody's disconnected, if somebody dies of starvation or somebody because they haven't got credit, somebody dies from isolation because they haven't got the actual real friends, right? It's not really going to matter, right? And slowly but surely over the next couple of decades, you're going to see that happen. The population will fucking die off. I read an article. No, I didn't read it. I skimmed it. But, you know, people say they read it when they skimmed the title. Right? I read a title the other day, right? And it said women by 2030, 45% of women will be single and without kids. 45% of the women on the planet will be, or in the West, will be single without kids. Hashtag feminism, right? And whose agenda does that fit? Again, you're not having kids, so it's all part of the same agenda. If you're cutting off the cocks of your kids and binding the breasts of your daughters, whose agenda does it serve? When you say that climate change is causing people to, whose agenda does it serve? People are dying off. They're dying off already. They're dying off now, bro. They're slowly doing it. They don't need to do it tomorrow. They take their fucking time, bro. It's a slow seduction. Take time, play some key sweat. It's a slow seduction. Got the strawberries and cream, peaches and cream, all of that shit, bro. Yeah.
And guess what?
That's it. 1 second. 1 second. And so when you think about it, right? When you think about it, and I'll land here because this UFO can go forever, bruv. It's like, you know, got 0 point energy. When you think about it, this concept is arrogant to assert that they need us. They don't fucking need us. That's your self-preservation talking because you're shook a little bit. That you don't understand the mind of the enemy. Bruv, it's scary as fuck. I'm not happy about it. But these people don't need us. They've taken from us everything that they need. They've extracted the wealth. Human capital is how they see us, you know. Human capital, right? There's not enough space apparently for all of us to exist. So what are you talking about? You're hopeful. It's not Willy Wonka in the chocolate factory. There's no fucking golden ticket, my brother. These motherfuckers want us dead. That's it. And the sooner you wake up to that reality, instead of allowing them to slowly talk to you soft, talk to me nice, right? The sooner you'll fucking fight back. For everything, because you know your life is precious, man. For everything else, there's Mastercard. The point is, we have to fucking stand up now. There is no tomorrow, tomorrow. I love you tomorrow. This ain't no fucking musical, bro. This is real fucking life. And they've sedated us with their movies and our frames of reference. We can say, we're in the Matrix. You ain't in no fucking Matrix, bro. This is your reality, cuz. You ain't in no fucking Matrix. It's not a movie, bruv. I lived the movie. You didn't live the fucking movie. This is life, bruv. You understand? So we can talk about Mansa. Big up to yourself, my brother. I know you're doing bits. We can talk about all of that sort of stuff. We can do we can do all of that. But the first point, cool, is to fucking stand up to these niggas, man. You wouldn't allow that on your block. So why are you allowing it in your cities, in your towns, in your fucking nations, in your states, in your countries, bro? They don't need us. It's a fallacy, bro. It's a pipe dream. It's something you hold on to make sure that the monsters don't come and get you at night. My brother, fuck sake. We've been saying the same thing for 2 years. They're still moving. Fuck our bat. Talk about real niggas, you know.
Yeah,
Fuck, you
brother.
know.
But I
I've been
got you,
doing
brother.
this, bro.
But
And I
see,
land
see,
here.
Can I
2
respond
years.
real quick? Real quick.
Listen, I don't
Who
care
is
if you
they?
listen.
Who
I'm not
is
trying
they
to
in the
listen.
story?
Real quick.
I'm
Let
not.
me real
Okay,
quick.
all right, cool. I'm not. Okay, listen. I'm not trying to hurt egos. I'm trying to inspire
Just let
hearts
me
and minds to fucking
respond.
get there.
That's just let me
Cool. But
respond.
yeah, you can. But listen, I'm not trying to hurt egos. I want hearts and minds to be set on fucking fire so we can actually start doing something. It's it. Everybody in this space is fucking certified, man. So don't let that certification just go unnoticed. And I land.
I appreciate you, and I appreciate everything you said. But the last lesson is fear is an illusion. Period. All of that shit you said is an illusion. There is no fear. They can't get rid of us all because we're spirit, we're soul. They could kill every single one of us on this earth. Then what? We just go to the next dimension. Fine. We'll just give up this little vacation spot, Atlantis, Atlanta. We'll just give up this vacation spot and we'll go back home. So what? There's no fear. You're gonna hurt my soul? Oh, so what? Oh, you're gonna tell me that abortion is a sin and it can't be forgiven? It was just a soul who had a mission. It passed through and it left. It did its mission. Next.
Hey, Butters, if I send you a link, is it possible if the room wants to hear it, we could queue it up? Sure, why not?
If I could just respond, say something in regards to what I don't know where you're from. I'm gonna say the British guy. And just about everybody in general. See, I understand where you're coming from, and how we build off of this really depends on our worldview, and all of us have different worldviews. So I get what you're saying, but I guess where I'm building off of is I'm a believer. I believe in one God. Okay, I guess most people will consider me a Christian, quote unquote, but I don't identify with that. I'm a Hebrew Israelite. Okay, I believe that the descendants through the transatlantic slave trade are the descendants of the tribe of Judah, et cetera, et cetera. Okay, so my understanding is that all of this is inevitable. It's all going to happen, and they can't destroy or erase all of us because the Most High is not going to allow that. And it says in the book of Revelation, if the days weren't shortened, then there would be nobody left. But for the elect's sake, for those who believe and put their trust in the Most High Elohim, He's not going to allow that to happen. But it's going to get to a point where it's so bad, it's going to be like nothing that mankind has seen happen ever before. So they can't. You know what I mean? They can't, because it's not gonna. The Most High won't allow it to happen to get to a point where they, wipe us all out.
Why do
You
y'all
see what I'm
believe
saying?
that?
Bro, why do you
So,
believe
These just
that,
so
sound
man?
so
hold on,
crazy
hold on.
that
But let me
the
finish.
Most
Let me
High
finish.
will let so much horrible shit happen, and y'all just
Let
believe
no
it.
no 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 no.
I
Okay,
can answer
hold
that.
on, hold
I
on,
can
hold on.
answer
I'm
Hold
that.
not
on, hold
done.
on,
I'm not done. I'm not done. I'm not
Justification,
hold on,
done.
hold on,
My man's
justification.
had like 2 minutes
hold
on
on,
here.
hold on,
I
hold on.
just spoke for 30 seconds.
Bro, that's a
Okay, and
mod.
I
That's
get.
a mod trying to talk to you though, bro. But
Oh,
go
my
ahead
bad. I
though.
don't know.
Go ahead
I'm
though.
fairly new on
Go
here.
ahead
I'm
though.
fairly new on here, so I don't really know how this works. So my bad. I'm not trying to who asked the question. I'll respond to it. Who's the mod?
I'm just asking, like, after all the horrible shit that did happen, like, the belief is crazy. Like,
But okay, but see,
y'all
and I'm
gonna
gonna
sit here
answer
and
that
say that
now.
he won't let this happen to everybody, but we got to believe in him.
I'm gonna answer that for you. Everything that happens into the world, that happens in the world, man, we were given free will. Okay,
Fact.
the world wouldn't be the way it is if all of us exercised and moved in love. The reason why things are the way they are is because He left us and He gave us dominion over the earth, and we messed that up. But even when we
Who the hell
gave
is
over our
we?
dominion, the Most High, the Most High, the Creator, the Supreme Being. You know what I mean?
Okay,
That's
he left
I'm
us.
giving it to you from my worldview. I'm not
He
trying
was
to.
here though. Who he was here? The Most High was
I
here.
can answer that whenever you're ready.
Okay, just let me just. I'm
He's
just trying
saying
to
I don't
he.
want
finish.
to
I'm
I
not
need.
gonna
We
ask
need
take
to know. No, you got to give us context. You can't just tell us he and then don't tell us who he is.
who your Yahuwah. Well, I mean, I don't know how much more you want me to say. It's the Creator, the Supreme Being who created everything, all of us.
He said he left us here, but I don't. All right, go ahead.
I can answer that.
He,
Just go ahead.
look,
No,
I
let him.
responded to Lux
No,
because
man, I don't need nobody else to talk to while I'm talking to another man. I don't need nobody else to talk.
okay, I'm responding to Lux. She said why everything's messed up in the world, this and that. He just left us here. The world is the way it is because of free will, because people do not exercise their free will. It's written many times in the Torah for us to take care of the orphan, defend the widow, okay, and exercise judgment on those who don't do things right. Now, if we all did that to the capacity that we're able to, the world wouldn't be a messed up place. So it's not the Most High's fault that things are the way they are. It's because when good men don't stand up for nothing, bad things happen. So that's not God's fault. That's
How
that's
does he
that's us.
look?
How many people? I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'll respond. Go ahead.
How does
Interject.
he look? This Most High God. This guy. You talking
He's,
about
he's
how does he
spirit.
look?
He's spirit. He doesn't have. Okay. So let me put it like this.
So how do we know
You
that
know,
he was here and he left us? Like, how do we know that?
mean, because he left us a book with instructions to it. You know what I mean? But
Oh,
but
so he
you
left a
but
book.
but see,
Okay.
you can't
I knew
Whoa.
it.
comprehend it. Hold on. You cannot
But
comprehend it unless you have the spirit
They
and
always
to
say
to
that
enable.
too.
yeah, we done
But
heard this
okay,
before.
but
Exactly.
everybody's here expressing themselves.
Heard
I'm
it
just
all
trying to express
before.
I know,
myself,
but
bro.
it's
I'm
not
not trying to.
fair to
Ah,
say that we can't
We
Only
don't
the
want to
Okay,
go to
comprehend
okay,
church.
then I'm gonna shut
only
up.
the
that
I'm gonna shut up.
Bible
Bible
I
can
was just
thing.
save me. That
okay.
Only
I'm
just
gonna
on
shut up.
here
I
on
was
oh,
just
replay
trying to
stuff,
No,
converge.
bro.
That's
sir,
it.
it's just
look
unbelievable
who's
because the
hating
things that y'all
now.
say
wait,
to us, it's like you can't comprehend a book that
bro.
people gave us.
wait.
That's
Let
a
But you
like
could though. You could
no,
though. Here's the
no,
thing. If you
you
if
Nah,
you
I'm gonna
did.
not.
ask
write
if
that
you
Hold on.
ask
One
Let,
him
second.
down.
let
to,
us
But we
finish,
not.
bro.
You said we can't comprehend it. It's not that we can't comprehend it.
no,
We just choose not
okay.
to
So let
live
me
by it
retract
like
my
you're
statement.
doing.
Okay,
But
let me
no, we not
retract
gonna.
my
We not
statement. I'm
gonna.
trying.
Wait.
I'm trying to
That
present
means
it to
that
you as.
wait, don't retract it. I just want
Okay,
to
go
add
ahead.
this.
Let me tell you something. Cause this is not an echo chamber, right?
Yeah,
But
yeah. Go ahead.
but what I want to tell you is what we not gonna let nobody do is tell us. I'm not, especially in my room, and it happen in other spaces. I don't jack it. I'm not gonna let you
Okay.
tell me what I can and can't comprehend and what I understand to be true and right for me. I'm not gonna let you do that.
No, no, but here's the thing. Here's the thing. I'm not trying to force nothing on you. I thought we was just dialoguing, and that's all I'm doing. Don't take it personal. I'm just speaking. How can I say it? I'm just speaking,
Well,
bro. I'm not
Kadosh,
saying
let me
you're
let me
okay. Go
just
ahead.
say, Kadosh, I know you said you were giving your worldview and your perspective.
That's
So
all I
res-
was.
so respectfully, right? The
Yeah.
thing that you wanted to address, but without making it become a religious talk, say what your thoughts are on that thing that you were
Okay.
addressing in
All
regards
right.
to depopulation.
Yeah, okay. It's not going to happen. They're not going to do it. I mean, that's where I'm coming from. It's not going to happen. That they do need us. It's not because we're special, but they need us to a certain degree in order for this whole thing to function.
So
Okay, it's plain and simple. Yes, AI is going to come and they're going to have AI to a degree, but they need to decrease it to a
Why
number
do they
to
need us?
where if we okay, I'm gonna try. They trying to reduce it to a number where it's manageable because if we all stood up, okay, there's a proverb: together the ants will conquer the elephant. Okay, but if they cut off a certain amount of the ants, then they can no longer conquer the elephant. So they have to bring us down to a manageable number to where if we decide to up to revolt, it won't happen.
yeah, I
So
agree with that.
that's
I
me.
agree with that.
So
But
what if
Okay.
they go under the
but
number?
Well, that most high man do not sound that powerful.
Yeah,
If that's
yeah,
all
yeah.
that
He
needs to
don't.
It's
happen
all
for them
good.
to
I wasn't
motherfucking
look,
win.
please. I wasn't trying to offend nobody. I was just here
I'm not.
talking.
I'm
Like I
just
said, I'm
saying,
fairly
from
new
all the
to it.
shit it's not to you, it's just to
He
all
might be the
whoever
most
those
low.
most high people are. I don't know who they are, but people always talk about them like they just sat down with dinner with them 30 minutes ago. People talk
Yeah,
about them like they lived in the house with them their whole life. And I just don't get it. It just, I'm sorry. In the
it's
new
cool. I
world where
know.
we
Yeah,
see
all love, man.
evidence, in the new world where we see evidence of bullshit in all these religions, it's just hard to keep saying to people like, well, y'all can't really comprehend the Bible. You
right,
know,
But
y'all don't
you
really
know what? You know what the thing
understand.
is though. What's crazy?
you gotta let
Wait,
her finish, my
I'm
brother.
sorry. Go
Let
ahead.
her
Go
finish,
ahead.
man. You get
My
it, you
bad.
good, man.
one
My
second.
bad.
Wait, so, but yeah, it's like, y'all can't comprehend I grew up in church. I saw a lot of lies and contradictions in the Bible, which is what led me to places like where I am right now in the motherfucking rabbit hole. That's the thing. Some of y'all come here and y'all from a different place, but I mean, it's a lot of bullshit going around in all those books. I'm tired of people saying, "Oh, you can take from the book." Man, it's fucking billions of books that you can take from. But to keep trying to make it seem like there's some spiritual person that nobody knows what y'all got a name for him, the Most High, y'all got all Yahweh, y'all got all these names for this God that y'all say made all of us, but none of us have seen and or met him, cannot see and or meet him unless we leave this realm, right? Supposedly, you even just said it's not his fault. That's weird. Because when I was raised, I was born in 1988, meaning I was in church, majority of that time, all the way to early 2000s, right? They said that God had a book with everything written down in it. See, God knew every hair on your head. He knew what you would do before you did it. Hence why he's motherfucking God. So it sounds real weird to me when people say shit like, it's not God's fault. How? When they say that
See,
God knew, God knows everything. He knew that when we came, following your story, right? Or whoever religious story to say that God is this person that loves us.
see,
Wait,
but see,
Do
if I
following
could
not
say
that
cut
something real
them
story,
quick.
off. If they cut you off,
Okay,
bluff,
my
just
bad, my
move them.
bad, my bad.
following that story, right? That means that we were these beautiful, nice, angel, good people. Really good, nice people. And the devil was up there and he was going against God. And he was like, nigga, I'm gonna be the new guy. And the guy was like, nah, bitch, go down there to the nice people and fuck them up. And he knew that we was good people. He born us into slavery. Remember, sin. My bad. The word in the Bible is sin. It say born into sin, right? As a sinner. So it's really weird the shit y'all be saying about him. Like, oh, he's such a good man. He's so nice. He's going to save us. But every written text about him says the opposite. Every written book about him, when he come into play, it don't be saying that he be doing good shit. It said Jesus did a few good things and all that, maybe in light of his father. But when they talk about what God be doing, God knew what Okolo said earlier, the Tower of Babel. God saw all the people working together, but he said, oh, fuck no, blow the shit up. Every time I hear about your boy coming through, it's a disaster. And I'm just asking, how is you saying we can't comprehend disaster when we see it? How we can't comprehend that y'all telling everybody to follow some being that is revengeful, jealous, extremely motherfucking dangerous, it seems like. And he been allowing people to control other people. Regardless if you say it's not his fault. He's been allowing these things. If I have to live as if God had control of me, that's what maybe one of the biggest things that made me not believe in that whole story is the slavery shit. There's no way God liked them more than us. There's no way. And if that's the guy we dealing with, he can't be my God, because how could he? Why the fuck? That's Stockholm syndrome. I mean, is
Mm,
it not? To go to your abuser and call them daddy?
mm.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I would think that most religious people have motherfucking Stockholm syndrome
But
because it
see, I'm not
sounds like
religious
the
though, man.
person
That's
that
the
they
thing.
call all people who talk about Most High, Jesus, God,
Wait,
Yahweh,
if
Wewe,
I could pop
Lawe,
in the middle.
Huwe, Hawe. Wait, all of y'all people, regardless if y'all want to admit it or not, are religious people in a religious movement, praising and preaching everywhere you
I'm not
go. And
Wait,
it
scripted
is
either.
wait.
okay
Hey,
to
next
praise
person,
and
cut
preach.
her off.
Wait.
I'm going.
Like, I
Cut
Nobody
don't
her
know why
off.
you
talk
getting
during the
mad
love
because that's what
show.
y'all really do. Y'all praise and preach everywhere y'all go. Y'all tell us about the Most High and how He's good and how we don't understand Him. But I'm just thinking maybe religious people should start really looking into Stockholm syndrome because it seems like he did a lot of all of them, all of those gods and shit y'all talk about. Whatever name you want to call them, he did a lot of fucked up shit. And just the fact that me having what is perceived to be a black child in this God's realm, my child has to go through so many things because he's black and God chose it that way. It's a few things I don't like about him. So now I can't not like things about him either, right? I can't be like, why would you make us black and make this stuff happen to us? Why would you let them put viruses in the air? Why would you let them turn men's into women's? I can't ask God none of those things. So God ain't responsible for none of this shit. Is this really just man? That can't even be possible if God is the all. How could it only be man if God is all? So all of the stories y'all be saying, I just had to give that little rant. I'm so tired of that shit. I'm
Can I
tired of people
ask a
talking about God.
question?
He not gonna save y'all. He didn't save us from fucking COVID, y'all. He didn't. He did come down and stop and put his hand in the air and say, "No, people, this is the no, don't do." So what the fuck? When he gonna come back? Once you on the other side, that's when the fuck you gonna see him. And then none of us gonna see you. Mm.
Oh,
My
So,
whole
preach,
Let me
thing
preach,
is
just
my whole thing
one
is
second, one
this
second, one
though.
second.
preach.
My
I
whole
but
wanted
thing
to
see,
is
say,
I'm
this
not gonna be able
though.
to
that's
rebuttal to
crazy,
that
man.
though.
I can
That's
One
respect.
crazy.
Hold on,
second,
I got
bro.
One
something to
mic,
add.
one
Wait.
mic,
That
one
nigga's
mic,
crazy as
one
hell,
mic,
man.
one mic. Keep
Can I
talking.
go?
I,
Yeah, I'm trying to
You had
speak to
something
you.
to
I want
say,
to add
Hocus?
in and say I
Thank
agree.
Yeah,
One second, bro. Chill.
I just wanted to say a little
Guys,
something. I mean, it wasn't
I
much,
don't want to
but
start shouting because I'm a cunt, but do you know what I mean? I don't want to be an a-hole, bro. I'm gonna say it's big up to Lux, right? Because again, I'm a Christian. I'm a follower of the way, right? I'm in a scene, right? If anything, it's the best thing I could describe, bruv, right? It's the best kind of. And I don't believe half the shit fucking Christians say, bro. Do you know what I mean? Like, what are we talking about here, bruv? Like I just said, you, you know what? You know what? It sounds like a modern day Christian, bruv. A modern day Christian or Muslim or whatever sounds like a fucking QAnon conspiracy theorist, right? And I'm a conspiratorial thinker. I'm a specialist in that field, right? But it sounds like trust the plan. And it's like the amount of inaction that that causes as a consequence of you trusting some benevolent force who's supposedly going to come in and swoop you off your fucking out of hell, but everything you're praying like a motherfucker and nothing's happening, bro. Or you've trusted the law of attraction and now you've read the secret, so you're manifesting some shit. So now you're pretty, it's pretty. But shut the fuck up, man. Like, and I believe in God. Of course, I believe in the Most High, and I pray, right? But I'm saying, the missing part of the fucking whole law of attraction is action. People thinking you can just put something on the board and wish it into existence. Are you a dickhead? They got you, bro.
That
The
part.
synchronicity, the synchronicity. Man, nigga, shut the bro. The synchronicity, that Rona, whatever her name, she made a couple of mil off of your stupidity because you didn't want to pick up your fucking finger and get to work, nigga. And that's what I'm talking about. Nobody's here to do the work. We talk about God, Most High. We don't understand God, nigga. I don't even use the N word, bro. So let me just take it down, bro. Fam, like, cut that shit out, fam. Right? Get to work. If anything, we are made in the image and likeness of the Most High, which means we can get this shit done. Starvation is happening. It's rife in the continent we know as Africa. It's happening in India. It's happening everywhere across the fucking planet, right? And yet nobody's doing nothing. Slavery is taking part in China. Is it a choice? You've seen people fucking losing their shit. Yeah, people have lost their fucking will to live due to the aftermath
Wait,
of
wait, wait,
the
wait, brother,
vaccines,
wait.
right? 1 second, no waiting, bruv. This is not a queue. My point is this:
Nigga,
if
Jesus
we
on
think
stage.
about
Wrap it up
if we
then.
think about Black Jesus, oh, shut the front door. Black Jesus talking. I'm saying, if you can be offended as much as you like, but I'm offended by your lack of action. I'm offended by your lack of doing anything and telling me that we need to just wait and trust the plan. We don't need to trust the plan. We are the plan. Get to work, and
What
it's
are
that
we
simple. So
supposed to do?
I never said that
When
Hey,
though.
when
hold
so
on, bro. Let the
So Lux
man
is gone in
finish,
it. So
bro.
Lux is gone in it. So Lux is gone in it. So what? You're gonna hype up? I'm saying I'm saying to Lux's point, it's a bit boring hearing people tell other people that they don't fucking understand something because you're too ignorant to realize that you're supposed to take action yourself. I think is her point. So yeah, I just wanted
Can
to
I
land
just
that.
add in?
I,
I just want to add and tie it together if I could. First of all, you're 100% right. Action. Faith without works is dead. Period. But he's also right. The Bible has good information in it because it is from us. Okay, let's be real. The Jews, quote unquote, do we really think they have the knowledge or the ability to write the Psalms, to write the book of Revelation, to write Genesis? Do we really think they have the intelligence?
Chill.
Wait, no. Do they have the intelligence to do the mathematical equations that we put in the Bible? Are they that smart?
Kabbalah.
Fuck no.
All
Fuck.
right,
No, they're
I'm
not that
sorry,
smart.
but
Mr.
I'm sick of y'all sitting here
Maestro.
ego stroking, trying to
No,
Wait,
sound
no, it's
smart.
not ego stroking.
First,
We are the ones.
but nothing is being taught
Wait,
respectfully. So I just want to
I
say,
I would
first
happy
of
to
all,
teach. If you want to, if you're ready to
no,
learn, I'll
no,
happy to
thank
teach.
you, no,
Bro, this
thank
ain't the
you.
time for that. Bye.
So if I could just
Wait,
finish, I just
everyone
want
else.
because
Wait,
I mean,
everyone else
I ain't
can
gonna
talk, but
lie,
I get
y'all
interrupted.
gotta stop.
My fault, Hulk. I'm the one that did the mute. Go ahead, bro.
Good looking, bro. I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna be real. I hear y'all. Like, this is the rabbit hole. I don't know how often y'all come through here, but that Bible talk, y'all gonna get pushback because it's no. We understand that as indoctrination. I hear what you're saying. Yo, do you think that these people are smart enough to say anybody can be smart enough to tell a story and then to put a story in a book and then tell you it's real life and tell you that a man walked on water when none of us ever did and then tell you that he's God and he was born from a virgin birth and we can't prove that unless someone has artificial insemination. There's no other way we understand that. It's a whole bunch of stories and there's some good stories in there too. And you can learn from these stories, right? Because I learned from the alchemists. I always say this. But bro, y'all gonna get pushback with this Bible. So I mean, if y'all want that conversation,
Yes, I'm happy to
understand
have it.
understand that y'all gotta mute up when it's not your chance to talk and stop responding because y'all gonna get pushback. This is the rabbit hole. Y'all not talking to no indoctrinated dummies. Just let y'all know that. Y'all talking to intelligent people who found their way on their own path who don't believe in that shit.
So
And y'all
just give
gotta
me an
y'all gotta
opportunity to
accept
talk
it.
too. Give me an
And y'all and
Bro,
y'all
mute
gotta
up.
and y'all gotta accept. You have to. In this room, you gotta accept the pushback that y'all giving. Meaning that y'all gotta let them talk. Which we're gonna let y'all talk too, but y'all gotta let them talk. Y'all gonna let them talk too, cause it seems like y'all ain't trying to let niggas talk.
I'm happy to let you talk. Just let me talk.
Bro,
You
we
you been
tired of
I
hearing
got
you,
talking,
one
bro.
request.
Mute
I
up.
got one request because I'm listening. Could y'all please say when y'all speaking actually or factually so we can follow the storyline?
Why did I get dropped to the goo?
Look, I just wanted
I
to
don't know.
ask one
Don is
question,
good. Don't
bro.
drop him. But
Yeah,
we
I was
got
like, yeah.
They probably thought you
Yeah,
was
don't
you was
fucking
trolling.
touch
Man,
me.
he
And can
came
I
up here
start?
trolling. Fuck out of
Ew.
here.
And can I
Drop
start?
that.
Con,
Don, don't start
chill.
the trolling
Nigga was
though.
trolling, man.
Cause no, I'm not gonna troll. Cause I actually want to contribute to the conversation, right? So I believe it was Lux that was speaking earlier. I don't mind pushback because I feel like whatever way leads you to God is your specific path. If that means talking to a stone that ain't gonna never talk back to you, then go ahead. Do y'all rain and fire dances, whatever makes you feel connected to God, do it. However, for me, I just wanted to give a little pushback. God definitely protected me during COVID. Not a single person in my family caught that shit. And I feel like it's strongly due to the fact that my mom and my grandma prays over my entire family. So out of the last, in fact, I've probably only been sick like 3 times in my entire life. Never really gotten sick, never had a broken bone, never had no weird, crazy, outlandish shit happen to me. And I feel like that's because I've seen my mother get up at the ass crack of dawn and hit her knees and submit to God. And that's just a different level of power, understanding that you don't have any power and understanding how to submit. I think that's one of the most powerful things that a human being can do. One of the things that I wanted to touch on before I make this point here, and it's a question to Lux only, by the way. The first thing I want to say before I ask my question is to all the spiritualist people and the people that want to take initiative. I'm just confused. Like, do y'all wake yourself up in the morning? Like, did y'all create yourself? I mean, like, what is stopping y'all from going outside and being hit by a fucking bus? I want to know if that has anything to do with y'all indirectly or the plan that whatever God has. And also to the other person that was speaking in the room, we have to understand the difference between the things that we can control and prophecy, right? Because if something is already written in the stars, there's not too much that you can do. Like, as much as I don't want to die, bitch, if my death date is whenever, there's nothing that I can do that's innovatable. There's not enough praying. It's not enough stones that I could have. It's not enough grounding that I can do when my time is up, right? That's completely out of my hands. So my
Disagree.
question to Lux, where I've never seen a person raise themselves from the dead. So until we see that, like I said, it's out of your control.
I've seen it.
You ain't seen that shit.
Right, right. Look, and there we go with the
Hey,
fake smart, fake intellectual. I'm super spiritual,
What's
godly
your
shit.
question to
Let
Lux,
me let
bro?
me see. Let me see y'all spiritual
No,
Don,
niggas
don't
and
Don,
they.
keep
Don,
saying
Don,
that.
don't
What's
go
your
that way.
question to
Don't go
Lux?
left. Don't go
Okay,
left.
okay,
Don't
okay,
go
What's your
left.
question?
Go straight. Talk to Lex. Talk to Lex. Don't go that way.
okay, okay. So my question to Lux is, what did God do that was so bad in the Bible? Because when you brought up the Tower of Babel, You have to keep in mind that they were literally trying to build a tower to heaven,
Good.
right?
Good
Like
for
that.
them.
Shut the
Excuse me,
fuck up.
sir. Excuse me, sir. That's not good for them because let me tell y'all something. If I die and I found out we all go to the same place, I'm gonna be pissed if I get in heaven and I see fucking Hitler. What is the point of me even trying to be a good person if there's no reward? Like, let's be honest.
Hitler was a bad person.
I take all y'all niggas out today if we all going to the same place. Like, what do we? The only reason I conduct myself with some type of morals and decorum is because I want to be rewarded for the hell that I get put through on this plane of existence. So, Lux, my question to you again is, love, what did God do that was so horrendous or heinous in the Bible?
He asked
He's
Abraham to
not
kill
talking
his
He
to you,
Love.
said
son.
Pablo.
Lux,
He's
bro. He
not
said
talking to
Lux. Are you
you.
God
Lux?
damn.
This nigga name is this nigga
Nah, he
name is
got one more
Amon
time,
Ra
bro.
or
My trigger
Kobo
finger
Lux.
Damn.
itching, bro.
I've never known a king, a pharaoh, anybody to ever do that. Like, it's
My G
crazy. Go
finger
ahead,
is
Don and Lux.
itching.
Go ahead, Lux, love. I just wanted to hear your viewpoint on.
She busy.
She might be
Lux,
busy, or I'm getting the
Lux, you
We
there?
silence
can
You
one.
ain't
always
never
Either
we
off your
can
mic.
always
mute your
come
mic
back
if
to
you
it.
mute your mic if you don't want to answer my question, sis. It's, not mute your mic. Flash your mic if you don't want to answer my question, sis.
No, but we trying to come off of the religious talk. But when she comes back, I'm sure she'll
Yeah,
be
she's
happy
probably busy.
This isn't
to take it
necessarily
on,
Oh,
Don.
religious
okay.
though.
But in the meantime, guys,
Can I get an
if
amen? Let the church say amen.
amen,
Hell
Don.
no.
Amen.
Amen.
Hell
Amen.
no,
Amen.
Amon
Amen.
Ra.
Yeah.
Hell no.
We can go back
Hallelujah.
to the talk that was previously mentioned about the fungus, because not for nothing, if you do want to go to outer space and escape this earth, there are some folks that are waiting to buy that commercial flight. But while we're here, we have so many things to deal with. And right now, I will be the first person to call it. I definitely think that this fungus that they are trying to introduce to the population is something meant to take Black people out first. Thank you. I have my reasons. I've been seeing the news reports, and majority of the people that I've been seeing them highlight are Black people. And thank you, Amara, for sharing this link with me. It also states, let me read this to you guys, right? It says here that it affects Black and Filipino people. I'm like, wait a minute. What Augustus said about them collecting your spit for 23andMe and Me and all these things. Did you guys know that after the fact of these folks collecting all of this genetic material from you, that a lot of it got sold?
Yeah.
So now that we know that as a fact, we have to question whenever these little weird epitaphs come up that attack a certain group of people. This is not the first time in history that they have done this. And so we have to keep looking at the cyclical events that repeat themselves and also look at who's in charge of giving the cure. Thank you. I'm going to post you guys a link up top. Hocus, I'll put back up the the link for the show, but I think it really important that we scrutinize this a little bit more, because if you have a fungal infection, it's something that can happen in your home if you've got mold. But now they're telling you that it's coming up from the dirt. And just recently, I will say that they have been saying that legalizing human composting is happening in over 20 states in the US alone. I don't know if y'all know about the human composting, but that is basically avoiding the fact that you don't have to go to funeral home no more. You don't have to have services no more. You could bury your own loved ones, but you know the people that are in charge of that human composting will show you how to do it. So there's a method in which it's done. And then I'll take you down even further. They also want to start practicing something called reanimation.
Okay, but in regards to the soil,
Mm-hmm.
soil will grow mold and mildews. I mean, for crying out loud, people grow mushrooms all the time. Mushrooms grow in the strangest of places. That's a form of mold, mildew, all that stuff.
Facts.
But
Don't worry.
you know,
If let me, if,
No.
if I could tie these
Go ahead,
No,
Dolly.
Dolly's still speaking.
I be forgetting every time that shit happens. It just snatches this whole thought out of my brain. Like y'all
Okay, well,
have it.
just wait a minute. I put you there so she could get to finish saying her thought because it's really unfair that you hear her speaking and you talking about if you could get to. No, wait until she's done. Go ahead, Dolly.
You
You
get it,
talking about the
with the
fungus, the fungus,
yeah,
the fun.
and soil and is forget it. Just take it.
Oh, fuck, man.
She got one AirPod, y'all. Come on.
I'm gonna play the link, right, for all of us, and then maybe it will jog your memory. But we got to be mindful, guys, that we're gonna take things to no limit. There's always a place to take it because it can't have just one thing happening without another thing happening at the same time. There's a multitude of things that go on, which is why when you let people speak on something, it may spark a flame in somebody else's mind about the thing that they can tie into. So we're just doing a lot of peer review. Nobody's saying that any of these folk sciences are factual, but we're just observing their science. And from what I have observed, this is something that we must look at because we are of the soil, okay? We're carbon based. We're of all these natural elements. And now they're saying that our own natural element is going to be used to get rid of us. How, Sway? So let me play this for y'all and let's jump right back in. Here goes. What do face masks, traffic lights, and hair straighteners commercial real quick. They're all inventions. Hold on. An inventor with no more than an elementary school education to sell his respiratory device, which later became the 3 seconds for World War One gas masks. Morgan had. Yeah, Howard, so this is causing a lot of concern because it's a deadly infection. Get this, 1 in 3 patients die within 1 month of being diagnosed. But it doesn't stop there. The infection can stay in your system for a year, even longer. And right now, there's no cure to get rid of it. Candida auris is emerging as a major health threat globally and right here in the Magnolia State. According to the Mississippi Department of Health, since December 23rd, 19 people have been diagnosed with the infection. 2 people have died from it. Within the past 2 months, doctors at the University of Mississippi Medical Center find themselves treating infected patients. We have had a total of 8 cases we cared for. 2 of them were infection cases, 2 were patients who were colonized, and 4 were exposures who we were suspecting might have been exposed to somebody who had this fungus. The infection has been around for more than a decade, but this is the first time we're seeing cases in Mississippi. It's a fungus that grows as yeast and can infect any part of the body. It is known to be resistant to commonly used antifungal drugs. It can be resistant to 1, 2, or all the antifungal drugs which we have available, and that's why it has been labeled as an urgent global level threat by CDC. The fungus infection is contagious. It spreads through direct contact or with contaminated surfaces in the environment. People who are at high risk of becoming infected are people in healthcare facilities, nursing homes, long-term care facilities, or people who have underlying health issues, catheters, or wounds. This fungus can stay in the system for months to years. And doctors say what's even more concerning is the fact that once someone does become infected, right now, there's no way to know when it has left someone's system. What we do
kind of advise a person is that you had this infection, and more than likely you are carrying it for the rest of your life. That as of now, that's what we understand about this fungus. There is a lot to learn about it right now. So hopefully in the future we will be able to know how to completely get rid of it. Doctors also say it's hard to know if someone has this infection because the symptoms are the same as with any infection. You'll see someone having a fever or even chills. Only lab tests can diagnose this infection. If anyone has been exposed or think they've been exposed, you're asked to contact your local healthcare provider immediately to be tested. Quentin Smith, 3 on your side.
And that one that they're talking about, the C. auris, that's not even the one that they're saying they're finding in the dirt. This is the one that they're saying is being transmitted people to people. So where are we at with this? Floor is open.
I'm saying that there's going to be an uptick based off of vaccination of this because they already had some of these fungus. I don't know what to call them. I don't want to call them diseases because they're not diseases. They already had some of these fungal bacteria infections, like thrush. That's common. But the C one that you said is becoming more and more common, and they trying to tie that in, even though they didn't say this, to the climate. Because the one that starts with the C, you can get that from like sugar and stuff too. So
Can I jump in whenever?
and the sugar comes in where into play? It comes into what are they saying the uptick is now within the children is diabetes.
Yeah, this nigga crazy. Not you, my love. The other guy. I'm guessing you can jump in now, bro. I'm thinking there might be some space for you to jump in, unless Butters is not done.
Just want to let you guys know that while he's talking, or while other folks are having this conversation, I want you to know that the link is above that says that the WEF, World Economic Forum, is saying that fungi is the most underused resource in the fight against climate change, and they have a very sick way of saying how they will use fungi to do it.
Yeah, if
Go
I
ahead,
could
bro.
address that too. So they're trying to use our science against us, but it's not going to work. Period. It's not going to work. Revelation 22:2. Okay, yeah, the Bible, whatever. That's cannabis. The tree of life mentioned is cannabis. And the reason it's cannabis is because what cannabis does for many people is it shuts the monkey brain off just enough for their soul to speak through. Now, for the healing of the nations, is what it says. If you have a soul to soul conversation with somebody, you're not doing a lot of arguing. There's not a lot of racism. There's not a lot of hatred. There's just love. Somebody already said it earlier, love. You want to learn all there is to know about Christianity? It's in one word,
How
love.
is we getting that tied back into religion? We're talking about fungi.
Okay, no, because fungi, mushrooms are our
I
science.
met
Fungi
a
is a
fun
fun
guy
guy. He's a
once.
fun guy that goes to the fun.
Dolly.
Could use a fun guy in my life. I need a good guy.
I had a
Yes,
fun guy the other
exactly.
day.
You're
It's
Exactly. You need a
Mary
fun
Mac
guy in your
Mac
life.
Mac.
That's, oh my God, I love that. That's a freaking marketing campaign. You just made
Dolly,
$1 billion.
my cash
Yeah,
app's
if
in
you
the
want
bio,
to
bro.
talk about fungi, it is funny how they are doing more studies with mushrooms and they are allowing people to actually start using them.
Yes, because it's our science. Science. I'm
Yeah,
not
but
talking, I'm not talking spiritual stuff. I'm talking science. That's why the lotus plant is in all spiritual doctrines. The lotus plant is a psychedelic because it is a gift given to us by our ancestors to allow us to connect back to them when we have disconnected.
Okay.
Hey guys, it's David in the
Hi.
bottom.
Hey,
David in the
what's
bottom
up?
right.
Just one
So
second, hun.
I just
Okolo,
want
are
to
you
note
done
that
yet?
I just want to know I can be done, but I just want to note everyone else is allowed to speak. But I will land my plane.
Yeah, we know.
I mean, I just asked if you were like,
Yeah.
what do you mean? The guy was trying to interrupt you, and I asked if you were done, and that wasn't to be rude. That was to give you space.
No, I appreciate you. I
I know.
appreciate.
David, mute. David, mute.
I'm sorry. I was just going to apologise to him because I thought he was done because of the long pause. So I apologise.
It's okay, David.
No,
I know there
Okay,
was a little pregnant
sorry.
pause. So,
I
Okolo,
appreciate it.
are
Yes,
you
I'm happy to listen or entertain questions.
okie
I
dokie?
appreciate.
So, filmmaker, did you have your mic open for a specific reason?
Nah, you're good. I was just gonna say, Mister. I forget how you say your name, my brother. I know
Okolo.
you're. I know you're doing bits. Look, let me do the mace thing, right? So I know you're doing.